Standards new severe thunderstorm watch is up across Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. Our cold front is approaching, and we're now sparking these thunderstorms across 5 country. We've got some strong thunderstorms in northwest Arkansas, severe thunderstorm warning in northern Carroll County with some hail. That's pushing into Missouri. It's really this storm is the one to watch. That's coming in from Pushmataha County and into LaFleur County, even southern portions of Latimer County. This is a supercell that continues to strengthen. Got a lightning on it too. But we do have that watch across 5 countries, so more storms are likely to develop over the next several hours. You can kind of see where the front is by the last round of those storms pushing over Lake Tenkiller, Lake Eufaula. These will continue to press eastbound, but as they do, a lot of them could get a little bit bigger. But the biggest one is off towards our south right now, coming into LaFleur County. There's a hook on this one. We've got some circulation going on there just past Tallahena right now. Lots of rain coming into Tallahena, but you can see the circulation is east of Clayton. It continues to move eastbound by about 35 miles per hour or so. So just kind of timing it out across southern LaFleur County. If it can hold its position and hold its strength, we're going to be talking about a possible circulation going over Big Cedar eventually. So here's a look at some of the towns that we got. Faywell, 211, so here in about 3 minutes, so still off towards the west. Zenobia, Lenox, Octavia, and then Rich Mountain once you get even into Arkansas. But this thing will be timing across LaFleur County throughout the 2 o'clock hour. This should stay south of Poteau, south of Heavener. But this is a pretty good storm, producing also some hail too. You can see that hail core that's going right along the ridges there, right along 271. So you can see where Tallahena is. We're getting some of the rain in Tallahena, and there could be some hailstones that get thrown out of it, and that could be sporadic throughout the Tallahena area. But once you go south, this is where the main hail core is there towards Albion, moving eastbound. You can see the edge of the county, LaFleur County. You head eastbound. This is what we're going to be watching as it continues its trek towards the east. But this is going to be eventually headed right along Highway 259 over the next probably 30, 45 minutes, even up to an hour once you get closer to the state line. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. This is northwest Arkansas. We've had some good downpours over Rogers and in Fayetteville. We could still have a couple more downpours, but these seem to be the beastier storms as they're pushing into Beaver Lake right now, kind of closing in around Horseshoe Bend, the marina there, headed towards Camp War Eagle. And then northern Carroll counties where we have a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got some hail that's very close to the state line as you go a little bit farther north of Beaver Lake, north of the Sailboat Cove. But there along Highway 62, Gateway, Bush, we've had some rain. We've also had some hail. You can see Beaver Lake there, Pine Log Road and Glade as you head a little bit farther south to the river. Eureka Springs, we're next. This storm's headed in towards us. Take a closer look at hail, see what it's looking like right now with this storm. I'll go ahead and put a timing on it and a track. It looks like most of the hail is going to be north of Eureka Springs. Looks like we've got that pocket where we've had the lightning too, headed into Beaver, and then it's going to move across the state line. This white line is the state line going into Missouri. This storm probably likely headed eventually towards Table Rock Lake and could be headed towards Branson here within the hour. But in northern Carroll County, we've got some hail. Otherwise, just a lot of rain coming into Eureka Springs, Berryville. We're going to get some of that rain too. Check it a little bit farther south with the hail that we have across the rest of northwest Arkansas. Go ahead and do the last 15 minutes. Looks like we've got some hail there, southern end of Beaver Lake. This is probably closer to Hickory Creek and Pleasure Heights and Creech coming in over the river headed towards the Hobbs State Park area. Looks like we've had some hail, at least a little bit of hail on and off throughout Springdale. You can see the blotches there on the map, those gray blotches showing you a little bit of hail that we had there towards Weddington, north of the university. And then we also had some right over the Uptown District there in North Fayetteville, even coming into Johnston a little bit. And then the east side of Springdale, northeast side, Emma Avenue, Robinson. And then where you got the airport, Springdale Municipal Airport, we've had some hail. But this storm continues to move east. But a little bit of hail. The larger hail northwest Arkansas is now in northwestern Carroll County, headed out of the state, going into Missouri. Let's go back south to the river valley. Looks like the hail core has strengthened. That's also one sign that the storm is strengthening as well. Go back to normal radar. We've got this supercell thunderstorm that's just towards our south and west. I'll get some details from the National Weather Service. Hold on just a second. So once again, tornado warning for northeastern Pushmataha County till 2:45, but the circulation will be eventually headed to southern LaFleur. The circulation will not head anywhere from Heavener to Poteau northbound. So we're good in Fanshawe, we're good in Heavener, we're good in Poteau, we're even good in Tallahena. That circulation's off towards the south. It will continue to move eastbound over time, headed closer to Big Cedar here within the next 30 to 45 minutes. But this is the storm to watch. Once it gets a little bit closer into LaFleur County, we'll start doing more wall-to-wall coverage. We just want to give you a quick update on what it looks like across 5 country right now. I'll put the loop on. You can see a lot of cumulus clouds developing, eventually coming cumulonimbus clouds. Sky's getting a little bit darker as some of these clouds start to go up. But we've got several downpours. The question is, which ones start to pop up a little bit more? We got a good little cell in western Haskell County. This will be headed towards Vian and Webbers Falls, and eventually towards the Kerr Reservoir Dam. Fort Smith, we're watching some of these smaller cells just outside of town. In fact, I think I've got a camera. This is live look at Pensacola. You're looking at some of those cells that are coming in. I'll step off to the side real quick. Let's move this camera. I think I had it pulled it up, Stephen. Yeah. What are they going to do? Sorry. They got to. So you're watching this storm that's just outside of Fort Smith. It's not severe. It's mainly just in downpours. Looks a little bit scarier than it is. What'd you say? What'd you say, Zach?
I think you're going to get a severe thunderstorm warning for the Rogers.
For the okay, southeast of Rogers. Okay. All right. So let's take a closer look at that. I've got my whole weather team here. We're just doing a quick update, and then we will hop back on with continuous coverage as the storms push in. All right, so what Zach's talking about is this storm is about to get a severe thunderstorm warning. There's southeast of Rogers. This is over the War Eagle area. What you're looking at is the yellow is the severe thunderstorm watch, and some of the oranges are the severe thunderstorm warnings. But here's a map just with the radar and just the warnings. So this storm, that's southern ends of Beaver Lake. This one's probably going to get warned here in just a moment. This is what the hail looks like on this core. You can see the core of the hail just went up there, right over Hickory Creek, just south of Horseshoe Bend State Park, which is right here. And then you got Clear Point. This will continue to press east. There's the new warning. See it flashing. Let's see where it goes. All right, so new severe thunderstorm warning because of this hail core. You got a new warning?
Up to 60 mile per hour.
Okay, up to 60 miles per hour hail. Quarter-sized hail coming into, or 60 mile per hour winds, quarter-sized hail coming into Hickory Creek. There's War Eagle. And then Camp War Eagle itself, the campgrounds could get some hail here soon. But this is on the southeast side of Rogers. So Rogers we're good. But it's this hail core that you see right here in the gray, moving north and east towards Beaver Lake. If you live around Beaver Lake, especially on some of the southern shores, they're right along Horseshoe Bend and Hickory Creek. And then you head north and east towards LaRue and Pine Top. We could be getting some hail here shortly, too. The rest of northwest Arkansas is not under a warning. This is what it looks like just with the radar. You can see that new severe thunderstorm warning still populating on the map. So it's outside the Rogers area. Rogers itself, we're okay. It's once you get into the Beaver Lake territory, you get east of Lake Atalanta, and then you head towards Horseshoe Bend Marinas, where we got this pocket of hail. You can see where the lightning's coordinating as well. Right there's filled in. So eastern Benton County, headed into Carroll County, we've got this severe thunderstorm warning. Other cells keep popping up over eastern Washington County on the east side of Fayetteville, headed towards Wyman and Goshen, Haberton, Mayfield, Huntsville area. We've got a cell just on the west side. This is crossing over Highway 412. They're just west of the Walmart, moving north and east towards Alabama. Hinesville, we're kind of surrounded by some storms on all sides right now. The southern one isn't severe, but the northern one is headed over the War Eagle area. Rest of northwest Arkansas is fairly quiet other than some downpours here and there. And then in the River Valley, we've got some downpours. Looks like we have one right over Fort Smith. This one's not severe, but we do have some of that heavy rain going downtown Fort Smith, up 64. You pass over the Midland Bridge and head into Van Buren. We've got some of that heavy rain, but it's not severe. It's just storm off towards the south right now. Kind of evolving its shape a little bit, but still rotation there in Pushmataha County, south of Tallahena, not to LaFleur County yet, but if you live in southern LaFleur County, this is one that we're going to have to watch, especially around Big Cedar. If you live around Big Cedar, you're going to be watching for this thunderstorm. We'll have more coverage coming up here very shortly as we continue to watch these storms coming in from the west as our cold front approaches the state line. Make sure you keep it here, keep it local. As always, we'll keep you advised.